Hey vinyl community, it's Mike the Aural Retentive with a rare video from upstairs, but I have this stuff laid out and I didn't want to move it, so I thought I'd just come up here. So uh, first I wanted to show this. For those of you who are watching my grab bag video, this is one of the albums from there. This is the Best of Teresa Brewer, so she became a David Bowie tribute album. So this is just acrylic paint on vinyl. So you can see in his hair there's the record grooves. Oh, nice. It spins. So yeah, this is just sort of a tester, but, you know, keeping it for myself. And I don't know if these colors even match the album cover, so it's just sort of you know, representation. But got pretty excited about doing this type of medium. I'm not sure about the background. I mean, I left it, like I said, I left it streaky on purpose, and you know, the streaks go towards the center, but whatever, not sure. But that led me to work with a tool that I just bought recently, my Dremel scroll saw. And I was thinking, you know, there's not really a lot of black on here. What if I was able to cut this shape out of the record? So that led me into a few trial and errors until I came up with this. So I can get that glare out of there. Impossible. Okay, somewhat. So this is a picture of Bowie using only records. So, like, you know, this piece is cut from vinyl, obviously. So it's got the grooves. Now, there's only so much, you know, when I started doing this, I was like, oh, cut his whole head out of the record, but I forgot about the, you know, the center label. So you only have this much space to work with, and depending on how your piece curves, you know, a couple of these pieces, there's a little bit of the dead wax, the matrix, you know, before the label that I used. But in general, this is completely made of pieces of vinyl, including the color stripes. I found a colored blue 45 and reddish one, and cut those little tiny pieces out. This one right here was a giant pain in the butt. You know, I just about lost a finger cutting that thing off, and I discovered, here's my free tip to you guys, forever who decides to want to try this. When I first started cutting, I went through like 2 or 3 records because I was, you know, trying to cut out this, you know, hair detail, and it just kept snapping off. And I was like, what the? I'm like, forget it. And actually what I did, which was actually worked out really well, was I decided to try to make these little pieces. Because I'm like, if I can't make this piece and this piece, like, forget trying to make the giant piece. And it just so happened, you know, happy accident, that I put a piece of packing tape over the piece of paper that I was using to cut out as a template. And the paper, or the tape rather, actually held the pieces together nicely so they didn't get brittle and start, you know, like shaking and snapping off. So yeah, I was able to do this whole thing and all these little pieces. Now these parts down here are the drawing. Here, this will give you the effect. So if I move it off of the original picture, so where I laid it out so I could get the pieces lined up right, this is the final product. You know, and if you look close, you know, the grooves don't go the same direction here and there, and there's some tiny gaps. But those things I could buff them and fill them in better if I wanted to. That's this one's kind of just for me, but I also worked on parts for I worked on pieces for this picture, Kurt Cobain with guitar picture, and doing this hair was excruciating. But I turned it like this, all one big piece, and then this part is one piece, and then a couple like little individual pieces. And the body and the arm I had to break up into several pieces, you know, because of the I made this 4 times the size actually, so it's actually printed on 4 sheets of paper, so it's much bigger. I thought that would make it a lot easier. Well, if I was trying to do it this size, there's no way. All that stuff would just go. Anyway. So yeah, I'm kind of, you know, I've been experimenting with different mediums, the clocks, and, you know, doing this. I think I've shown these before where I don't know if you can really see that very well in here, but all the black area is made with lyrics. So I, you know, do an outline, and then I take a Sharpie and I fill in all the black space with lyrics, you know, of the artist. Yeah, so always struggling to make some kind of creative expression. You know, I probably won't select records that have, or images that have color in them, but this one was kind of important to me, so I went ahead and found some records with color. They were just 45s. Also, 45s are much more brittle for some reason. I think they're made thinner. So definitely need the tape in that one. If I did, you know, I tried it without the tape on those as well, and they just shattered into pieces. So if you're gonna try this at home, you know, definitely use the packing tape. You will not be sorry. Oh, anyhow, that's it for this quickie video. Let me know what you think of the Bowie thing. I'm thinking that I may try to make a few and hawk them around and see if anybody would be willing to storefront them for me. I don't want to do the Etsy thing because I really, really dislike working with shipping, and it's just a pain. So that's that. So talk to y'all later.